Welcome, everybody, to the Late Night Facecheck. My name is Valcomer, and today we have special guest Key from the NGS board and lead analyst for the Nexus gaming series. Key, welcome to the Late Night Facecheck.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no, I set this season out to one, make sure we hit a more consistent schedule for the late night face check, and then to begin with some of our great volunteers. I think that one of the things that really makes Nexus Gaming Series special is how many great volunteers we have doing a lot of very talented things to support the league, to grow the league, and just make it a fantastic place to play our little corner of the MOBA world. So tell me, Key, how long have you been involved in Nexus Gaming Series?
Um, I think I started out as a player in season 4, and then as I get more involved and played it a couple of seasons, I start volunteering. I would say around season 6.
Okay.
So since then, I start to be getting more and more involved. I started out as like kind of like a part of the analyst crew, and then doing a lot of the stats and then helping out
Okay.
on Nexus Edge. And then now I'm a part of a board member.
Yeah, Nexus Edge is essentially what helped foster the late night face check. So I think was it season 6 that Nexus Edge started in really big, or was it before that or even after that?
That's a really good question. I actually don't remember. I think we had that for 3 or 4 seasons and we stopped it for, I think somewhere around there. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, 6 sounds right to me.
Yeah.
And it's really what I shout out to Turd Herder and Arthanow and let's see, Ziltoid and Wono. And I feel like I'm missing one host here. Arthanow was the behind the scenes. Oh man, I'm gonna feel really bad when this comes back to me later. But
Same, same. I think, yeah. Oh, Mongoose, right? Mongoose was part. Wait, was Mongoose
no,
part
I
of
think he was
our.
a guest one time.
Oh,
So
okay.
Slexia still holds the spot for the most viewed guest time. I know I was on there one season. Linehouse was a producer one season. Well, I was on there for one episode, not one season. Um, Jinxie was on there. Dax was on
Yeah.
there. Oh man,
I mean, it could be just 3 plus 1 guest when they had full kind of panel, 4-man panel back then.
yeah, because they definitely did the 4-man panel. I'm gonna have to go and find the episode that I was a guest on. Oh, that's true. If it was 3 plus a guest, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently my math skills aren't that good, and I always try to tell myself I'm good at that. But yeah, a lot of fun things. So tell me now, you're on the board, but what roles are you connected throughout the community in different volunteer efforts?
Um, I think being on the board, just seeing how everything runs, kind
Okay.
of opened up a lot. Right now, the board really is just overseeing all the different committees. We only involve when we need to, but otherwise, it is more like on the committees for the day-to-day stuff. For example, I'm part of the placement committees, so it's something that we kind of do every season at the beginning, placing all the teams in the right spot, hopefully. And there's like rules committee that I'm part of as well. So it's mostly just overseeing the committee and involved if needed.
So you just mentioned two of the, I will say, more volatile reputation committees, the rules committee and the placement committee. Having served on both teams and even currently on both teams, which team do you feel catches the most grief from the community? The rules team or the placement team?
Um, I personally would say the placement committees, just because it is really crucial for the committee to try and place all the teams that sign up for the league as accurate as possible so that everyone can have a fun time during the 3 4 months that they are part of the season. So I feel like if we are not doing a good job for that like placement phase, sometimes it kind of take away some of the fun for some people. So I think that is like kind of what I feel it's could be most controversial in times.
And I do feel that team or players, I should say, and teams definitely appreciate the efforts. I think that sometimes there's the gentle kind of teasing of, why didn't we change this rule, and the eternal map debate that comes around every single season, right? And I also think as far as placements are concerned, there's never going to be perfect placements, right? Now, I
Yeah,
think the placement team does an amazing job, and with very rare exception, but there's always those exceptions. Teams are placed really well. The division skill bands are very tight, and the games are great. Rarely have I seen, and I've been involved since season 5. I think I started as a volunteer in season 7, and rarely have I felt like there's a team that just completely misplaced. And the the one example that I can think of, the team was actually placed too high, and so it was just a rough season for them. Now, to their credit, because I looked, that team is now on their 3rd season with NGS, so I am excited that they are still here. I'll have to see if I can get one of their teammates for an interview perhaps this season. Now, you're playing this season, yes?
I'm
Oh,
actually a sub this season,
oh, okay.
somewhat. Yeah.
And I know in the past you and I have both hung around Tricky Gooses, but what team are you subbing for this season?
I'm subbing for like Baby Diamond Hands in Storm Division because
Ooh,
I have some connections, not connections, but like I've been working with the CCL Diamond Hand team. So I mean I'm definitely not a Storm Division player at this moment, but
you
I'll
might
take
be by the end of the season, right?
well yeah maybe, but I will take the opportunity and try to learn as much as possible and absorb as much kind of information that I can around the better players.
Nice, nice. I can say that from our days as subs for Tricky Gooses and such, I still have a feather in my cap of being one of the only players to only be undefeated in Division A. So that
Yeah.
one set that I subbed
Yeah.
for Tricky Gooses, we won both matches. So I am undefeated in Division A, and until I actually get placed there someday, I just get to keep that feather in my cap. But
Yeah, I definitely remember that set. You get to
yes, you
play
were
the
actually on the
laner.
other team that night.
Yeah.
But what would you say have been some highlights for you, whether it's been in NGS as you've jumped into the CCL realm, or even just as you've watched some of these other teams enjoy the coordinated sphere?
I think I don't know. I think I would say it's everything because like playing a game like HOTS, it's all about team games. I think that's the aspect I enjoy the most. I guess that's why I kind of getting into the games more and more as I go along. Um, and having that background and now getting involved in the higher kind of levels, like CCL, it's kind of opened my eyes a lot in terms of like not just playing at the game and also like learning in terms of on the admin side or the management side of running an org. So it has been a good kind of like a couple of years since I stepped into HOTS, I guess.
Nice, nice. Well, Key, we're coming up towards what is one of my favorite portions of the late night face check, and that is the lightning round of questions. So, for anybody who's unaware, Key will have 1 full minute to answer, as many questions of mine as he can from these cue cards that I've made up. The timer will begin as I finish reading the first question. Key, are you ready?
All right, I'm ready. I will try my best.
All right. Who's your favorite hero?
Still cuff.
Skin you want added to the game?
I mean, I guess Master Chef Reina that we are all looking forward to, I guess.
Worst talent in the game?
Worst talent in the game? Well, that's actually a hard one. I would say, the Asmodan one, the demonic invasion.
Oh, most impactful hero. Who's the most impactful hero in the game?
Most impactful hero in the game. Impactful as in like.
They could change the course of history.
I know, they're like, I don't know. Maybe Genji. I think Genji
and
is
hero
the
for
first
their
one.
own movie.
Hero for their own movie.
All right, well, I'll let you
Diva,
get this one
I guess.
in. Diva?
Diva?
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions answered. A respectable number, my friend Key. So I want to ask you, for our deep dive question here, what's going to happen in the Diva movie? Is she even going to still be a StarCraft pro? Because I just learned this week that they retconned that.
Well, I actually think that she'll make a good movie because of all the Overwatch character. Overwatch seems to be the most like fun kind of universe in Blizzard, so I feel like that would make it interesting for the viewer.
Nice. Well, I would go and watch the movie if that helps. Whether you're the writer, director, storyteller, anything like that, I'd be there. Even if it's just you and me sitting at the theater, sitting next to each other watching the Diva movie, I'll be there. So, well, Key, we've reached the end today. Do you have any shout outs that you would like to give at this time?
I think shout out to everyone in the community, because it's all because of everyone involved, everyone playing that makes HOTS still relevant. I think. Shout out to I think CCL Diamond Hand owner Chris gave me an opportunity to kind of involve even beyond just the amateur scene. So and shout out to all the HOTS players. It's really fun, and shout out to you all for inviting me.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here. I'm excited, and I'm glad you made it. Well, my friends, I'll have my traditional sign-offs. First off of, hi, Mom. Next, this has been the Late Night Face Check. My name is Valcomer. Mind the bushes out there, have fun in the Nexus, and check out nexusgamingseries.org. Thanks, everybody.